Amidst the complex dynamics of the Israel-Palestine conflict, the West extends unwavering support to Israel, leaving many to wonder about the fate of the people in Palestine. Experts suggest that instead of choosing sides, it's imperative to seek a lasting solution. While the US continues to back Israel, China and Russia stand out by openly questioning Western support for Israel during its military actions in Palestine, emphasizing their stance of not being against Israel. They're determined to find a solution, emphasizing that promoting war isn't the way. But what drives the US to act differently? What are their true intentions? Join us in this video as we delve into the reasons behind the US's support for Israel's actions in Palestine, shedding light on Russia and China's contrasting stances. Stay tuned until the very end to uncover the roles of China and the US in the Israel-Palestine conflict. Let's dive right in, as each nation has a unique perspective on this ongoing issue. While many nations seem to be taking sides, a select few offer a different approach. Notably, Xi and Putin have voiced their concerns and condemned Israel's actions. China and Russia, in a rare show of unity, not only criticized Israel, but also jointly called for a ceasefire in the Middle East. This collective stance underscores their increasing cooperation in addressing global conflicts. Concurrently, US President Joe Biden was preparing for his visit to Israel, aimed at showing support for Israel's actions against Hamas and addressing the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. However, according to China and Russia, this action will make things only worse. But why do Russia and China both stand against Israel? The answer is very simple. China wants to make the world very peaceful, and Russia knows how a war can impact the world's peace. Russia has been a victim of a prolonged war, supported by powers like the US breaking news from the United Nations Security Council. A crucial development in the Israel-Hamas conflict has emerged. The United States has put forth a resolution aimed at supporting Israel. However, this move has encountered opposition from Russia and China, raising significant questions about the international response to the ongoing situation. The US-crafted resolution was designed to implement a temporary ceasefire in the relentless conflict, aiming to facilitate vital aid reaching the distressed Gaza Strip population. Yet, this resolution was largely perceived as a symbolic gesture of Western support for Israel, raising questions about its genuine impact on relieving the suffering in Gaza. The United States put forth a resolution with a noble aim to tackle the humanitarian crisis in Israel. The proposal called for a temporary halt in hostilities, with the hope of delivering crucial humanitarian aid, such as food, medical supplies, and shelter, to those suffering in the conflict. While the goal was to bring relief to innocent civilians impacted by the violence, it was seen by some as primarily intended to aid Israel. Unfortunately, the resolution was blocked by Russia and China at the United Nations Security Council. Their firm opposition to the resolution underscores the importance of seeking a solution that benefits both Israel and Palestine, rather than simply endorsing one side's actions. The stance of not allowing Israel free rein in its actions towards Palestine was particularly emphasized, with China openly criticizing Israel's extensive bombing campaigns. This resistance from Russia and China may reverberate across the ongoing conflict, and how the world addresses similar situations in the future, casting a shadow of doubt on the United Nations' true intentions. While it may appear that external influence from the West plays a role, the intriguing question is why Russia aligns with China's perspective. Now, let's explore this further. Russia's deepening alliance with China holds critical implications. Notably, it offers Russia an alternative ally and economic partner, diminishing its reliance on Western markets and institutions. Russia's growing partnership with China takes on added significance in light of Western sanctions and diplomatic isolation stemming from its actions in Ukraine. Additionally, this alignment bolsters Russia's global standing, enabling it to assert itself as a powerful actor and a counterbalance to Western dominance. Notably, this partnership has played a pivotal role in addressing global challenges, as demonstrated by their joint proposal for a ceasefire resolution in the Middle East conflict at the UN Security Council. The China-Russia partnership extends beyond politics and security, encompassing multiple facets, from economics to energy and culture. Economically, these two nations have forged robust ties, with China making substantial investments in Russia, notably in energy projects. This collaboration is a win-win for both countries. Russia gains access to a vast market for its abundant natural resources, while China secures a reliable energy supply. Beyond that, Russia plays a crucial role in supporting China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, a far-reaching project aimed at establishing an extensive network of infrastructure and trade routes. The energy collaboration between these two nations has surged, with Russia emerging as a key source of oil, natural gas, and coal for China. This robust energy partnership not only deepens their economic bonds, but also elevates Russia's influence within China's energy sector. On the cultural front, they've actively promoted exchanges and mutual understanding through educational and cultural initiatives, aiming to strengthen people-to-people ties and forge a more profound connection between the Chinese and Russian communities. China and Russia have united to tackle the persistent Middle East conflict, with a special focus on the Israel-Palestine region. They express shared apprehensions about the US's involvement, expressing concerns that it may be prolonging the conflict and pursuing advantages from it. China and Russia stand resolute in their mission to thwart any perceived US efforts to benefit from the Israel-Palestine conflict. China and Russia are forging a united front to address the Middle East crisis. They have a keen understanding of the US's actions and its alleged intent to prolong the conflict for its own interests. Both nations are steadfast in their commitment to prevent this scenario from unfolding. Their shared concern revolves around the potential gains the United States could accrue from the Israel-Palestine conflict. Their shared mission is to secure a just and equitable resolution to the conflict, free from exploitation by any single nation for their interests. The Middle East has historically held immense geopolitical importance, attracting numerous countries, including the US, vying for influence in the region. Recognizing the intricate and sensitive nature of the conflict, China and Russia are staunch advocates for a resolution that prioritizes the well-being of the region's people, rather than serving the agendas of external powers. They champion a fair and just conclusion to the Israel-Palestine conflict. They are champions of a peaceful settlement that upholds the rights and aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians, striving to create an environment where all parties can coexist and thrive independently of external influence. While China and Russia have voiced criticism of Israel's actions, it's important to clarify that their stance is not one of favoring one nation over the other. Instead, Russia and China stand united in their call for an end to the conflict, committed to a resolution that doesn't take sides but promotes lasting peace. It's crucial to clarify that when Russia and China critique Israel's actions, it's not an endorsement of any specific nation in the conflict. Their primary goal is to put an end to the ongoing turmoil and violence in the region, championing the cause of peace and stability in the Middle East. Both nations recognize that taking sides in the Israel-Palestine conflict could exacerbate the situation, which is why they have opted for impartiality, focusing on the broader goal of resolving the conflict. An integral dimension of Russia and China's stance is their profound concern for the humanitarian crisis unfolding in the region. The immense suffering endured by innocent civilians on both sides deeply troubles them. Their core belief is that the primary focus should be on alleviating the humanitarian hardships and paving the way for harmonious coexistence. Russia and China are resolute in their support for international collaboration as the means to bring about a resolution to the conflict. Embracing the power of diplomacy, negotiations, and open dialogue, they champion these avenues as the catalysts for fostering enduring peace. This approach not only facilitates communication and empathy, but also serves as the linchpin for conflict resolution. Russia and China, with a global perspective, perceive the Israel-Palestine conflict as intricately linked to the harmony and security of the entire world, recognizing that any escalation in this volatile region could reverberate with far-reaching consequences, impacting nations and the world's stability at large. Championing the cause of peace, they tirelessly endeavor to uphold global stability and security. Now it's time for us to express our gratitude to you all for your valuable comments and the thoughtful insights you consistently bring to the table. We are genuinely impressed by your perspectives.